Good evening, good evening, good evening, Facebook, and welcome to this week's Tot. Think on these things. It is I, your girl, your host, Marilyn Gregory, aka MG, aka Pearl. And I am with you on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, bringing you a word that I hope will lift you up, something that will encourage you, something that will give you food for thought. And y'all always say I'm not going to hold you long. Tonight's not going to be any different. I promise not to hold you long. Go ahead and grab some people. Tell them that Tot MG is on. And we are talking about relationships, y'all. We have been talking about relationships. We're going to talk about relationships for the month of May. So what I want to ask you tonight is, what are you dating for? Now, I just want you to marinate on that for a minute. And some people may be thinking, well, that's a dumb question, right? But you know, a lot of times before Jesus healed somebody, he would ask them, he asked the blind man, what do you want? He asked the lame man, what do you want? Most of us would have looked at them, right, and assumed, we would have made an assumption, they want to be able to see, they want to be able to walk. We make that assumption. But God doesn't make assumptions when it comes to our life. He asks us what it is we want. Because, y'all, that's the first step to getting it. Is to knowing really what it is that you want. So I'm going to ask you again, why are you dating? And only you can answer that question for yourself. I'm not here to tell you why you're dating, why you should be dating, but I want you to know why you are dating. You need to know that, or you don't need to be dating. Just like if you don't know what your definition of love is, then you don't need to be out here telling people that you love them. So if you don't know why you're dating, don't date until you figure it out. And I talked to two different people. One person, I'm dating because I want to be married, right? Another person dating because it's just casual, don't really want to be married, want to find someone that they can have casual sex with. I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to tell you why you should be dating. But I want you to understand why you are dating. What is it you want to get out of it? Are you dating selfishly? Like, I'm dating because I want to meet someone who's going to meet all my needs. I'm dating because I want to meet someone who's going to take care of me. I'm dating because this is what I want and this is what I need from an outside person other than myself and the Lord, right? You need to figure out why it is you're dating. And then what are your expectations? Sometimes our expectations are based off movies from Hallmark. Y'all know I'm right. Or your expectations are based off movies from Lifetime. What do you call rom-com movies? But y'all, we don't live in a studio. We don't have someone writing scripts for us. And the person that you're dating is not going to have someone writing scripts for them. We live in this real world. And our expectations need to be real. And if your expectations is for this other person to make you happy, you already failed. Because no other person can make you happy. No other person can make you complete. Happiness comes from within. You have to be complete before you go into the relationship. Two incomplete people coming together makes two incomplete people. Just like two complete people coming into a relationship makes for two complete, healthy people who are ready to move forward and to build something. So make sure when you're out here dating, your expectations are realistic. They're not based off a movie you've seen or something. But let's just say you saw something in a movie that that's really what you want from your man or from your woman. How about sitting down with them and say, hey, let's watch this movie, right? And how about just saying, I really like that. Oh, I think that's so romantic. Oh man, that's great. I would really love somebody treating me like that. I would love to be treated that way. Because remember, they can't read your mind no more than you can read theirs. Just like you don't want somebody to expect you to read their mind and expect you to know what it is that they want and they haven't told you. Same thing. You can't expect someone to read your mind and to know what you want unless you tell them. So if it's something that you really want out of this relationship or while you're dating, make sure you are relaying that to the person. So don't be like, oh, I went out with this person, they didn't do this. Okay, maybe the last person they went out with didn't like that. Didn't want them to do that, so they stopped doing it. But maybe if they knew that that's something that you enjoyed or that's something that you liked, then they start doing it again. So I hear people saying, oh, I shouldn't have to tell them. Or if they're not doing it, then that's not really who they are. Stop. That's not necessarily true. Again, just the example I used before. Maybe they did it before in a previous relationship. That person didn't like it. So they just thought, okay, everybody don't like this. So you have to let that person know what your expectations are. And once you let them know what your expectations are, and then if they still aren't meeting those things and those things are important to you, then yeah, I get it. Maybe this is not the right person for you. And as I said before, make sure that your expectations are realistic and they're not based off of a scripted movie. Because again, we live in the real world. And we should be dating to make friends. That should be the foundation of your relationship, is your friendship. Because I can tell you there's going to be some days when you don't feel like loving this person or even liking this person. But if you have a solid friendship where you can be honest and open with this person, you're going to be able to work it out. You're going to be able to talk through it. You're going to be able to have those conversations that you need to have. That sometimes when you don't really know that person, you don't really even trust that person to open up to them, then you're afraid to have those conversations. You won't have them. So if you're going to be out here dating, you want to make sure that when you decide to take that leap and get into that relationship, it is someone that you are comfortable being naked and not ashamed. And I'm not just talking about, ladies, how your body look without clothes. I'm talking about bearing your soul to this person, and know that they're going to hear you, and know that they're going to receive you, and that they're not going to judge you. And also that months or weeks down the line, they're not going to throw this thing back up in your face. Oh, I remember you said this. Oh, I remember you did that. And we're going to talk about that next week, about 10 things that, when you're having those disagreements. I don't want to say fighting, right? But when you're having those disagreements, 10 do's and don'ts during those disagreements, right? And I can already tell you, one is not bringing up stuff from the past, stuff that you have already addressed, and then bringing it back up. Can't do that, right? So I want you to journal. Get your journal or get the book, because the book has places for you to answer these questions. What are you dating for? And what are your expectations? Are your expectations realistic? So that's all I got for y'all tonight. Y'all know that I love you. There's not a thing in the world you can do to change that. So hey, y'all, go out there and be that change that you want to see. I'll see you next week. Peace out.
We're searching for the truth deep in our lives, breaking through the barriers to darken the lights. Every thought we carry shapes who we are. Renew your mind, reach out and you'll go far. Transform the way you see.